Okay. Money, how to charge. I know, Apple, you had that question. Is everyone else about the money and what to charge, how that works? I'll give you through the mindset of that as well. Anyone still caught up on that? So we take it away from the old model, which every other therapist has, which is charge per session, per hour, and time. Why do we want to get away from that model? Aside from the majority of you guys have tried it and it doesn't work, why would we want to get away from that?
Or you want to work less and focus on doing what you're good at.
Work less, okay. 80-20 rule, which means that 80% of my time needs to be on social media. I've only got 20% time to work with clients. So I have to work quicker. Why else wouldn't we want a differentiation? Why else don't we want to charge time, hours, session, packages, specials, Halloween special, all that stuff?
But you're telling the client that their problem's going to be solved in X amount of time. So you're setting an expectation.
You're priming.
That's not really realistic. Yeah.
Yep, you're priming. The worst thing you can do is say to a client, how many sessions do you want? Do you want to buy a 6-pack or a 12-pack? How the fuck would they know? You want them to say 12, so you get paid more. Why else?
You're selling the result.
You're now selling a result. I'm selling basically the how. We want to sell the result. I don't want to sell them hypnosis. I'm not going to sell them NLP. I'm not selling you an ACH course. I'm selling you the result that ACH does for you. Why else? Anything else? The big one for me is differentiation. If you sell time, hours, and sessions, so is all the other millions of therapists and coaches doing the same thing. Then it's a war on attrition. It's a war on price. Like I said, cheapest $16 a session as long as you buy 3 of them or something like that. That's what I saw a Facebook ad. Ridiculous. Okay. Differentiation is, I go see Micah, he's charging me $2,500 and he says most of his clients are done in 45 minutes. That's going to stick in my mind. I wonder why this asshole's so expensive. And his content is pissing me off because it's speaking the truth. I wonder why he's so expensive. Rather than, Natasha, she's a hypnotherapist. She says $99 for one session, but Fritz is a hypnotherapist as well. She says $98. I just go 98, save myself $1. I don't want to be in that place. It's a very hard place. And what's crazy is the majority of the industry is in that place. They see the reality of it, but they're not willing to break that, which is just ludicrous. Okay. Big thing why we charge so much and we charge for a result with the least amount of time, MOS, minimum optimal service, aside from the economics, some from the 80-20 rule, is you're now selling something that no other therapist or a coach, unless they're in this program, sells. You are instantly blue ocean, as long as you've got the niche right and stuff like that.
So what content do you put out there to bridge that message?
Yep. So you're not talking about your prices and that message. What you're doing is you're answering your niche's most common questions. And you asked before, how do I create content that'll bypass the strategy call? As a one-to-one therapist, you don't want to do that. You don't want clients booking from your website. Every client has to go through a strategy call. What I do want to do to get more strategy calls and get the attention is answer my clients' most common questions.
Why not?
Why not what?
Why not have creating a process they can book automatically without doing the strategy call?
You don't know who's going to turn up then. And the strategy call will do 90% of the therapy for you. That's why we do the strategy call first. So by the time a client comes in, it is a very quick session. If, let's say I've got a website and Justin, I don't know him. I don't know his likes, his desires. I don't know if it's a timer. I know nothing about him, but he books my session and then shows up. I now have to spend the first 20 minutes creating rapport. Got to spend the first 20 minutes finding out who this guy is. And the number one question he's going to have is, I don't think I can be hypnotized. And I've got to go through all that bullshit as well. I want to get rid of all of those red flags on the session. So make sure on the strategy call, so the time they show up the strategy call, 95% of the motivation's there. 90% of the red flags are gone. And I already know who this person is. I can't do that unless I do a strategy call first. If you have a course company, guys, or you're a trainer and you're selling ACH, they can book. It doesn't matter who shows up. But one-to-one, totally different.